For the lesson today, the main activity, we're going to work with tying together multiplication and division. Basically, we're going to be thinking about our fact families here. So we can always rearrange division to be multiplication. So for example, 10 divided by 2 is actually the same thing as 2 times 5. And 24 divided by 3 is actually the same as 3 times 8. Another example, if you have 24 divided by 6 equals 4. This is actually the same as 6 times 4. So knowing that, you're actually going to go and be given multiplication problems that you need to turn into division problems. So you will be given problems such as, let's make one up, 3 times 7 equals 21. And you're going to have to turn it into a multiplication or division problem. So in this case, we're going to take our answer and put it first, so 21, and then divide it by either 7 or 3, just depending on, in this case, you'll have a question mark under 1, just depending on where the question mark is. So if we had a question mark where the 7 is, we would do 21 divided by 3. Okay. So like I said, you are going to rearrange the multiplication problems into division problems. Oops. So the problems you're going to be dealing with are actually on this next slide here. There's 4 problems. First thing I want you to do is just basically solve it. Use what you know about multiplication. Remember, if the signs are the same, then the answer is always positive. And if the signs are different, then the answer is always negative. Okay, so we've got to use that information to help us here. So like, for example, -3 plus what is positive 12? Well, we know the answer here is positive, so therefore I must multiply by the same as my first one. So I know 3 times 4 is 12. But then I got to ask myself, okay, I want to get a positive 12. So I have -3 here. So I'm going to multiply by -4. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with the rest of those. You'll get different answers for those. Then you're going to rewrite each of them as a division problem, just like what we did on this slide here. Using that information and using the information from solving it, you're going to help decide a positive divided by a positive is always what? Positive or negative? Positive divided by a negative is always what? Positive or negative? Negative divided by a positive is always what? Negative or positive. And same thing with negative divided by a negative. And using that information, you're actually going to help solve these 2 questions. So you have 2 people walking. Han is walking at 4 feet per second. Claire is walking at -5 feet per second. Remember that negative means east or west. Okay, so 10 seconds before they meet up. So at -10 seconds, where were they? Okay, so if they're moving 4 feet per second, or he's moving 4 feet per second for 10 seconds, or -10 seconds, where is he? And you're going to do that with both people. And same thing here. I want to know, on the other hand, I want to know if they reach -10 feet, how long did it take for them to get there? And then you can check your work on the slides following.